we are with Al Franken, who will be joining us on April 15th as part of his the only former U.S. Senator currently on tour.
Let's try that again, Jen.
Yeah, I'm going to start over. Okay. Here we are with Al Franken. We'll be asking him a series of questions. And this is just a fun game we're doing ahead of Al's Buffalo stop of the only former U.S. Senator currently on tour. Al, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
Looking forward to getting up to Buffalo.
Al, why is absolutely everything terrible right now? You have 15 seconds to respond.
Okay. Well, not absolutely everything is, but enough is terrible that it's not a terribly inaccurate statement. But the worst thing happening, obviously, is happening in Ukraine. And, that's such a tragedy. Now, people of Ukraine are drawing so much inspiration from President Zelensky, who was a comedian. And as you know, the bravest people in the world are comedians. And especially Jewish comedians, went into politics. So it's sort of me and him.
How stacked should the Supreme Court be? Personally, I think 19 justices would be good. What do you think?
Well, a serious answer to that is I think Biden, when he was asked about this, he kind of said he wasn't going to do it, which I thought was a mistake. I think he should have said, look, I'm going to be president if I'm elected for 4 years. And if you guys overturn Roe v. Wade or start doing that kind of stuff, then we'll stack it. And of course, they stole Merrick Garland. That was completely stolen. And the whole point of Merrick Garland, they said, was, well, it was an election year. And of course, Coney Barrett was seated like a week before the election. So they owe us at least those two. So 4. It's at least, we need to add at least 4.
Any TV shows you're actively watching and or binging?
The series on Dope Sick. Dope Sick is really, it's on the opioid crisis and it's horrible, but it's beautifully done, and it tells the story of OxyContin and Purdue, et cetera. It's really good.
Dogs or babies?
How old is the baby? And how old is the dog?
The dog is not a puppy. And the baby, let's say, is recently potty trained and starting to speak.
A baby.
All right, I'll take it.
I like dogs up, all the way up till, we got to put her down. And then, and that's a bummer, but.
Yeah, it is. There's so many movies about that too, and they need to stop making them.
And then I cry always.
Yeah, every time. Please use 3 words to describe Mitch McConnell. You cannot use the word ghoul as it is already on our list.
Okay. Ghoulish.
Ghoulish.
Ghoul-like. Awful. I couldn't think of a third word that wasn't ghoul, but had the word ghoul in it.
He's Palpatine-ish.
These are my answers.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm ruining it. All right. If you can have a beer with one person, past or present, who would it be?
Jesus. Why?
Yes.
Okay, Jesus. Really got a lot of questions. It seems like you're a great prophet with a lot of great ideas, none of them particularly new. Rabbi Hillel had done that before. But are you the son of God, or are you saying that we're all the children of God? What's the deal here? Uh, Son of God? I go right there. If I had like, okay, you got one guy and you can ask one question, that would be it.
Al, why can't we have health care? You have 20 seconds.
Okay. We can have we could. We're the only of course uh developed country without universal health care. And there are different ways to do that. One, we should have it's called a public option. We wanted to have that. I was there for when we passed the ACA, and Joe Lieberman was against that. He nixed it, and that's too bad. We need to have universal health care. And also, we actually should be covering people who aren't documented, because right now, those people they get their health care in the emergency rooms. Emergency room can't take you down, turn you down. And that's the most expensive care there is. And, if you want to go to an emergency room, you shouldn't, it should be an emergency. I'd like to hear what
Filibuster.
other comedians who've come to Buffalo answer that one. Like to hear.
They all answer it differently. You should have heard what Paula Poundstone said back in September.
Yeah, well, Paula is pretty sharp,
Yeah, no,
Pays
she's
attention.
awesome.
She pays attention too.
She did 2 solid hours of crowd work, just crowd work.
Oh wow!
It was incredible. It was, yeah. Filibuster, overrated, underrated.
Misunderstood.
Ooh,
Well, I think that we can do filibuster modification, which keeps the filibuster, but restores it to what it used to be. It's changed completely for a lot of different reasons. But my modification would require that instead of 60 to stop a filibuster, you need 41 to sustain a filibuster. And those 41 have to be on the floor, and they have to stay there and debate.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite character you created or performed as during your SNL years?
Well, that I created or performed as, I guess it's either Stuart Smalley, rather, and let me try that again. It's either Stuart Smalley or the one man mobile uplink unit. And I can't really choose between them. But Stewart, well, let me try. Stewart was kind of about something, which was about recovery, and I did it through a guy who clearly believed in recovery and was very vulnerable. And the one man uplink unit was just a stupid, silly idea that I really liked
I love
the way I executed.
Who is your favorite elected leader, and why does everyone in Minnesota know the answer is the late, great Paul Wellstone?
Yes, it is Paul. Paul's a friend of mine. He was someone who really, first of all, he said, we all do better when we all do better, which is something I believe um, about our economy and our country. He also was someone who stood for what he believed. In 2002, in October, he was in a neck-and-neck race, and the vote on Iraq came up. He was against the war. Minnesotans were overwhelmingly for the war, but he voted against it, and he thought that would be the end of his career. Turned out the next poll had him up because Minnesotans respected that. But then, of course, he and his wife and daughter and 3 aides and 2 pilots died in a plane crash a couple weeks later.
Yeah, he was really amazing. I've
Yep.
everybody that's the we all do better when we all do better. It's
Yeah.
just
That's it.
beautiful.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the answer. It is.
Yeah. I don't know what a haiku is, but if it is what I think it should be, that's we all do better when we all do better. But I don't think that is a haiku.
It's not, but
Okay, well,
but
thanks for
it's still beautiful.
Thanks
It's
for
still
straightening me
beautiful
out
and
on that one.
meaningful. All right. So we are a performance venue. So
Yes, yes.
gotta ask, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
I'm a deadhead. So for all you deadheads, yay, I'm a deadhead. For all you people who don't like the dead, fuck you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I shouldn't. Anyway, no, I love the dead. So I think my favorite concerts were the ones leading up to New Year's in 1974 at Winterland.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing to do on your downtime when you're not the only former senator currently on tour?
I like a whole bunch of different things. I do like um, I do like reading. I love watching comedy. I love cooking. I love eating, especially. Maybe that's the reason I like cooking. I love my grandchildren. Probably that's it. I'd say I have 4 grandkids, and there's nothing quite like that.
What's a hidden talent of yours?
Oh, I can draw a map of the United States from memory, all 50 states. I don't know how hidden that is, but
I've seen you do it before.
okay, so it's not hidden, is it? Then
I
I
mean,
have no hidden talents.
it was hidden until I saw you do it.
Okay. I'm remarkably flexible, and I very often like sit on the floor. It's not a talent, but I do. And I will sit in chairs, but I'll do it cross-legged because it's comfortable for me. So it's not really so much a talent as my ligaments are too loose. They're too loose. Yeah. Your ligaments are too loose. That's the Minnesota. Right. That's what I heard a doctor say to me. Oh yeah. Well, I know it seems like it's a good thing you're being flexible, but your ligaments are too loose.
Too loose.
Yeah.
in the classic Minnesota accent, which is real.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't hear an accent there at all.
No.
Oh.
But now, since I lived there, I don't know how to say Minnesota without sounding like I'm living in Minnesota.
That's what you do, Minnesota. Yeah.
Now,
yeah. That's what you do, Minnesota. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
This one's very important.
Okay.
Al, will the Buffalo Bills at least make it to the Super Bowl in the next 4 years? There's only one correct answer here. Please be smart about this.
I haven't. Not only is the answer yes, but I have an elaboration, which they will play the Vikings, and it'll be a tie. And they'll have to 8 overtimes, and they're just going like, okay, it's a tie, you both win.
Two Super Bowl winners for the first time in NFL history,
because that's the way it'll have to be. Yeah, and we both lost 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And by the way, that was the Super Bowl, as far as I was concerned, was the the Bills Chiefs game. That was the Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
they both won. That was the tie.
We're still recovering from that. It's been
That was
really
an
hard.
amazing game.
It was.
That
It
was
was
a-
an
And
incredible
that was,
game.
of course, that was the coin flip.
Yep. I mean, when there was those 13 goddamn seconds. Yeah, see, we're still very emotional about it.
Well, both franchise. I mean, we're two cursed franchises. So
Yeah.
believe me, I identify a lot, and that was an amazing game. That I know it was a heartbreak, but that was a historically brilliant game.
It was a pleasure
Okay.
talking to you.
So I'll see you up there. See you up there.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And
Look forward to
everybody, come see Al Franken live in Asbury Hall on April 15th, which is also tax day, which sucks. So you deserve to laugh. So get down to Asbury Hall and laugh with us as we laugh at Al Franken.
No,
Being hilarious.
with
and add a little.
a little.
All right. Thanks, Al.
You bet.
See you in
Bye.
April.